Hi folks, John with the Wingman115 channel with another Gauntlet review. Out here in the woods, it's a little cool, it's a little windy. It's a perfect day for a knife review. The knife that we're going to be talking about today is from CDS, and it is called the Celtibero. Now, this knife is from Spain, has some really cool CocoBolo handles on it. I'm a woodworker, I love CocoBolo. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to a tabletop, and as always, we're going to do a quick close-up specs rundown. We'll do some practical application, then I'll come back and give you some thoughts on the Celtibero. Folks, it's going to be a fun day out here in the woods. You're not going to want to miss it. Let's go. First off, let's try this doing some feather sticks. Now, full disclosure, I received this knife from the last Gauntlet reviewer. I have not touched up this blade at all. I'm not sure if they have before they sent it out in the mail to me, but without further ado, let's see how this is going to work doing some feather sticks. Just rolling right off there, just like it's onion skin. Does a very good job. Here, let's see how well it's going to do doing some light chopping. Say we had to fabricate some tools in camp. Well, it does a pretty good job there. Let's see how well it's going to do scraping. Now, it has a 90-degree spine that feels pretty sharp. Not bad. Let's see how well it would work just processing some tinder for a fire. Does a pretty good job there. Let's showcase a little whittling here. Now, I've been using this knife. I've had it for a couple weeks, and I've used it off and on at the house, playing around the backyard, just doing some whittling tasks. And one thing that I've noticed about this, and I'll just throw that right out front, see the jimping right there? It is very pronounced, and I'm just going to say it, I don't like it. It hurts the thumb. I would have liked to have seen it maybe not so deep and not so sharp. It's almost like you got to wear a welding glove. It's that extreme. And for me, if the knife doesn't feel good, it's a tool, right? If it doesn't feel good as you're using it, then you're not going to use it. I like the handles though. The handles feel real ergo. I love CocoBolo. I'm a fanboy of CocoBolo. I don't know if they're stabilized. I'll see if I could find out about that. It doesn't look like they're stabilized to me. But CocoBolo is very hard, and I do not believe you would have a problem with that. The craftsmanship, it just fits really nice though. Right around the tang. There's only one spot that I can feel where there's a little bit of a ridge where the tang hits. But everywhere else, it's just nice and smooth. It's just, I can't get over the jimping on this knife. It's just super extreme. I'm going to take it over and I'm going to try chopping a limb on an old dead tree and see how it's going to work there for me. I'm going to try chopping this limb off this down pine tree. We'll see how well it's going to chop. Let's take a moment to talk about the sheath. For a production model sheath, this is outstanding. Awesome welt in there. It's nice and smooth. The dye that they used on the leather is nice and even. The stitching is almost near perfect. For a factory production model sheath, this is pretty outstanding. Comes with a fire steel, also a sharpening stone. I don't know if I would use that sharpening stone, but if we were in a situation where that was all I had, hey, that would probably be the best sharpening stone there is. We have a fire band up here still. I'm just going to see if I can scrape a few sparks to see if this would work. Oh yeah, that 90-degree spine just throws sparks like crazy town. So great job there. Now for some final thoughts on the CDS Celtibero. When I first took this knife out of the box, when it came to me from a fellow Gauntlet reviewer, I was like, man, this is one sharp looking blade. Sheath looks outstanding. The handles made out of CocoBolo, I could really appreciate that because I do woodworking. But like anything, as you start digging deeper and you review things and you test them out, then you realize, hey, not everything is what it seems. First off, I don't know what MV58 steel is. I'm going to have to do some more research on that. What do they do? Make Russian submarines out of that steel? It's laser cut. But what really threw me off on this was the jimping on the top of this blade. I mean, it's so abrupt that you would have to wear welding gloves just not to tear the hell out of your hand. As I was chopping, even though I love CocoBolo, my hand was sliding, and yeah, I should put a lanyard on, I know. But I'm testing and reviewing this, and this is going to somebody else. I love the saber grind. It made feather sticks really well. It scraped that ferro rod. But if you don't have a good feeling about a knife, if it doesn't feel good in the hand, then you're not going to use it, or you run the risk of getting seriously injured with that blade. For that reason, in the Gauntlet, we give a rating. It's either thumbs up or thumbs down. I have to give this one a thumbs down. It's not for me. It may be for somebody else. The design looks really cool, but I can't just go out in the woods with a really cool looking design knife and go, gee whiz, this is so hot, but it's not. So my recommendation is save your money, spend it on something else, and it's a pass on this blade. Now, if you want to follow this knife along in its travels, you can go to www.thegauntlet.tv. This blade is listed. Anybody who's done a review that's in the Gauntlet will have a video posted on this blade. You can decide for yourself. As for this reviewer, my humble opinion, save your hard-earned money, spend it on something else. I don't know the steel. It's laser cut. I don't know if the heat treat, if it's going to fail. I'm not going to beat it into a tree, and I'm not going to waste my time and your time doing that. So, this is John with the Wingman115 channel with a Gauntlet review. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, folks. Have a good day.